Well, Colorado is making it easier to become a teacher to try to attract more people to rural districts. The vast majority of school districts in the state are in rural areas, and those rural districts are facing a critical shortage of staff. Here's Mark Salinger.
I'm in my 49th year as an educator.
Dr. Harvey Rood knows the challenges.
I'm director of the Colorado Center for Rural Education.
The challenges that small rural school districts face year after year.
There are some schools that haven't had math teachers for 5 years.
We've told you before about how difficult it is for small rural districts to hire staff. Now they're relying on different tactics to fill hundreds of open positions.
The issue of educator shortage is something that addresses all schools, all states around the country.
The Center for Rural Education at the University of Northern Colorado provides incentives for people to teach in rural areas. But even that isn't enough. Some districts now hire community members with bachelor's degrees to teach classes while they also train them to be teachers.
This has been a lifesaver for so many of our rural communities.
Others are leaning more heavily on remote learning. If a district doesn't have a math teacher, for example, they're working to put students in a virtual classroom, regardless of where in the state the teacher leading the class actually works.
And you may be in a class with students from other districts at the same time.
The state also passed a bill this year aimed at increasing recruitment and retention of teachers. Solutions that hope to solve a challenge that's gone on for years.
Education is the profession that supports every other profession.
More than 80% of the state's 178 school districts are in rural areas. A lot of times we think of those being in small towns where the cost of living might be cheaper. An additional challenge that rural districts in Colorado's ski towns face is that it's really expensive to live there. Steve, that makes it even more challenging to be a teacher there, especially starting off.
So you've got the issues like cost of living. Already they aren't paid very well. You've got a lack of education funding. All of those were already there. Then you throw a pandemic on top of it.
Yeah, this year hasn't exactly been easy. Think of all the things that teachers are now dealing with: masks, remote learning, all of those things, sick days, everything combining. Dr. Rood says the challenge of recruiting more teachers isn't exactly getting any easier.
One of the most important jobs out there. We got to do whatever we can. Mark Salinger, thank you.